It was a busy time on the island of Sodor. The start of the War Day celebration was just one day away. Every engine on the Fat Controllers Railway had important jobs to be done as more and more passengers and goods arrived on the island. Thomas the tank engine was busy too. Besides their normal jobs, he, Percy and Toby had been called away from the branch line to help out with the extra work. Thomas was having a drink before he took his next train when he heard a familiar horn. It was Mavis, pulling a line of stone trucks. "Mavis," said Thomas, "what are you doing here?" "Hello, Thomas," Mavis said, feeling rather puffed out. "There's an important stone delivery bound for the docks. Since everyone's been so busy preparing for war days, manager said I could bring these trucks to Knapford myself." "Normally me or Percy would be able to do that for you," said Thomas. "Sorry for having to do that all by yourself." "I do have some help," replied Mavis. "The clay pits aren't busy now, so Bill and Ben have been loaned out to lend a wheel. Although..." Just then, Bill and Ben fussed into the yard with trucks of stone. The trucks biffed and bounced as they pulled into the yard. "Thank goodness we're here," sighed Bill. "Now you can stop bumping me." "Bumping you?" squeaked Ben. "You're the one who bumped me, more like." "Did not, did too." "Stop fussing about, you two," called Mavis. "Now get yourselves uncoupled and follow me back to the quarry. We've more stone to collect." And Mavis fumed away, with the two tank engine twins squabbling behind. Thomas laughed to himself. Later that day, Thomas had just delivered the stone trucks to the docks and was heading back to Knapford when he saw a Railtour train pulled into the station. The engine had tan-coloured paint and a large dome. At the front of his train was something most peculiar. It looked like a gigantic pipe resting on top of a long truck. "Cinders and ashes!" exclaimed Thomas. "What is that?" "Well, I'm a steam engine, just like you," the engine joked. "Railway Operating Division number 2330. But you can call me Rod if you like." "Hello, Rod. I'm Thomas. I was actually wondering what that thing was behind you." "Ah, yes, this thing," said Rod. "This is a railway gun. Railway guns were used during the war to shoot at enemy targets far away, or at enemy planes that should fly over our position." "Is that for the War Days event?" asked Thomas. "Yes, it is," said Rod. "In fact, it's actually going to start the whole celebration when it fires off with a big bang." Thomas was worried. "But won't anyone get hurt?" "Not to worry," Rod said. "It's going to fire a special shell, so it'll make a big noise, but nothing harmful will shoot out." The railway gun was soon moved into a siding out of the way. Workmen raised the barrel and loaded a special shell into it to have a practice run before tomorrow's events. After the workmen went away, Mavis, Bill and Ben came back with another load of stone for the docks. They were surprised to see the railway gun. "What is that?" piped the twins. "I'm not sure," wondered Mavis, "but it looks like something we probably shouldn't touch. Back to the quarry." As Mavis made her way back to the quarry, Ben tried to follow. "Wait a minute," said Bill. "I've just had an idea." "What is it?" asked Ben. "This big thing looks like it's meant to shoot at things." "So what?" "So," said Bill, "what if we took it to the quarry and used it to blast rock?" "Wouldn't that be stealing?" asked Ben. "We'd only use it for a little bit," said Bill. "We'd give it right back when we're done. And besides, we'd be really useful if we helped the quarrymen." "Let's go for it," said Ben. The twins coupled up to the railway gun and began to pull. The railway gun only moved slightly. Come on, Ben, puffed Bill. Pull harder. I'm pulling as hard as I can, said Ben. I can't do any more. They soon gave it up and stopped to have a rest. It's hopeless, panted Bill. We'll never move this by ourselves. I thought it was a silly idea anyway, huffed Ben. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Wasn't. Was. What are you two doing? Thundered a voice. It was Rod, who had just arrived. Bill and Ben tried to run away, but accidentally moved backward and biffed into the railway gun. It moved backwards and stopped a few yards away from Bill's buffers. Then there was trouble. A ticking noise came from the railway gun. Then suddenly... the railway gun fired, and the blast echoed all throughout the area. Bill and Ben's wheels wobbled from the noise. Soon, the Fat Controller and the Railtour manager came to see what had happened. I saw these two trying to take the railway gun, said Rod. They tried to run when I confronted them and set off the gun after biffing into it. The Fat Controller was cross. Bill and Ben, explain yourselves, he ordered. We were only going to borrow it to help blast rock at the quarry, sir, said Ben. We thought it'd be really useful. We didn't mean to have it go off, sir, said Bill. Your intentions may have been good, said the Fat Controller, but you should never have done that. Hopefully now you'll understand why you should never touch something if you don't know what it is, what it does, or how to use it. And, added Rod dryly, be very thankful that it wasn't an actual artillery shell in there. People could have been hurt, or even killed. We're sorry, the twins whimpered. That's settled then, said the Fat Controller. Now off you go to the quarry, you two. I'm sure Mavis will be waiting for you. Yes, sir, Bill and Ben winced as they limped away. The day came. People from all around came to take part in the War Day celebration. All the engines had also gathered to see the start of the festivities. The railway gun had been reloaded and was ready to fire. Sir Brian Stanley from Branco had arrived to start the celebration. And now, with all that out of the way, he announced, let the festivities begin with a blast from the railway gun. 3, 2, 1. And the railway gun fired with a thunderous blast. Everyone cheered as the War Day celebration began.